What is summary writing? It is the shortened version of an original text. In your Olevels 1123 summary task, you will be required to write a summary on the given passage. Your summary question looks like this. Read text B, A Night Among the Trees, in the insert and answer question 3. Question 3a. Summarize what would appeal most to guests about a stay at the Tree Hotel, according to text B. You must use continuous writing, not note form. Use your own words where appropriate. Your summary should be no more than 150 words. Up to 10 marks are available for the content of your answer and up to 10 marks for the quality of your writing. We are going to read the passage and take out all the points regarding what would appeal most to guests about a stay at the Tree Hotel. As we read, we are going to highlight the main points to be extracted under the given question. What are summary writing steps? First, take out the main points from the passage. Put them together and merge similar points. You must write in continuous writing. Avoid details. Let's look at this example. I went to take a peek at the cabin. A sleek, organically shaped spaceport touched down in the treetops about 50 meters from the mirror cube. Also, sleeping too. This one has a huge viewing platform. In summer, you can actually sleep out under the open sky, safe from mosquitoes as they don't fly 10 meters up in the air. To shorten these lines, you will not put in extra detail. The summarized text would look like this. The cabin is elegant with a naturally shaped space pod that touches down in the treetops. The sleeping too has an enormous viewing platform. In summer, you can sleep under the open sky, safe from mosquitoes. I have replaced the words sleek, organically shaped, and huge with their synonyms elegant, naturally, and enormous. You can use synonyms to replace words. Synonyms are words with the same meaning. Happy, joyful, merry, cheerful are synonyms as they share similar meanings. The words you replace must not change the meaning of the sentence. Text B, A Night Among the Trees. The writer of this review has just returned from a visit to the Tree Hotel in northern Sweden. Recently, I watched a documentary film called The Tree Lover, all about the link between trees and people. In the film, director Jonas Augustin says, Imagine relaxing here on summer evenings. He's sitting in a treehouse he spent months building, looking out over a wide forest lit by the setting sun. And guess what? It turns out you don't have to just imagine it, since the Tree Hotel in northern Sweden opened last month. You too can live out your childhood dream and holiday in a treehouse, surveying the landscape. Here we can highlight this part as it is suggesting what might appeal to the guests. I simply had to try it out. The well hidden Tree Hotel is the creation of guesthouse owners Britta and Kent Lindvall, who were inspired by Augustine's film to create this back to nature retreat where guests can switch off and breathe more deeply. Let's highlight this point as well. An area of forest behind their guest house had been sold for logging. Instead of waiting for the inevitable to happen in a country where forestry is such an important industry, they persuaded the forest's new owner to sell it to them. With help from various architect friends, they planned the innovative designs of the Tree Hotel, determined to demonstrate that the natural forest environment had value beyond supplying timber. On arrival, I was greeted by Britta, who explained, Guests usually leave their luggage here and just take a small overnight bag to the tree houses. We want them to get the feeling that they're leaving one world behind and entering another. So, this might be one important point here. Britta led me along a narrow path through a glade of birch trees, explaining as we walked why the couple want to share their passion for this beautiful forest environment with guests. We arrived at the mirror cube, the most striking of the tree houses. It's a glass box perched high in the forest like an architectural magic trick. It almost disappears into the foliage, so sharply are the surrounding trees reflected in it. Inside the mirror cube, like the hotel's other tree houses, facilities are fairly basic, not stretching much beyond an environmentally friendly toilet, Meals and showers are taken at the guest house over 10 minutes walk away. Still underfloor heating will keep it cozy through winter. Reflective cladding means no one can see in but you can see out. You have an almost 360-degree view of the surrounding trees. There is even a window in the ceiling to look up into the sky. Still underfloor heating will keep it cozy through winter. Reflective cladding means no one can see in but you can see out. You have an almost 360-degree view of the surrounding trees. There is even a window in the ceiling to look up into the sky. When I woke the next morning, it was a shock to find a bird seeming to be peering back at me through the glass. It was tempting to spend the day in my own little nest, but I wanted to explore. I went to take a peek at the cabin, a sleek, organically shaped space pod touched down in the treetops about 50 meters from the mirror cube. Also sleeping too, this one has a huge viewing platform. In summer, you can actually sleep under the open sky, safe from mosquitoes, as they don't fly 10 meters up in the air. Just behind it is the four-person bird's nest and the blue cone, scheduled for completion next month. Now that we've highlighted all the important points, we're going to put them together and go to the next step of summary writing. Now, how do we put these points in summary form? First, we will bring the similar points together. The first 2 points are similar in meaning. Guests can live out their childhood dream and holiday in a treehouse, surveying the landscape. It is a back to nature retreat where guests can switch off and breathe more deeply. So we can bring these two together and rephrase them as it is a back to nature retreat where guests can live their childhood dream, unwind, and relax looking over the landscape. I have used synonyms for the words switch off and breathe more deeply. Remember, you can only use words which will not change the meaning of the sentence. Look at the next 3 points. Mirror cube, the most striking of the tree houses. It's a glass box perched high in the forest. Inside the mirror cube, facilities are fairly basic. An environmentally friendly toilet, underfloor heating will keep it cozy through winter. The words striking, perched, and cozy have been replaced by their synonyms impressive, positioned, and warm. Position of some of the words has changed. Extra detail has been removed. Now, the next similar points are reflective cladding means no one can see in but you can see out. You have an almost 360-degree view of the surrounding trees. There's even a window in the ceiling to look up into the sky. Now, shortening the text, what do we get? No one can see you inside because of the reflective covering. You get the entire view of the surrounding trees and also the sky through the window in the ceiling. Let's have a look at the last points. The village walking tours where guests can stop for coffee, cake, and conversation with the local family. The mirror cube is even fitted with an infrared film visible to birds only that stops them flying into it. Lastly, there are walking tours where guests can find coffee and cake on the way and interact with local families. Not to forget, the mirror cube is fitted with infrared film to keep the birds from flying. Now we're going to put all the points together in continuous writing without any gaps. Don't forget to add intensifiers such as furthermore, lastly, not to forget.